Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today. CNN has a plan to beat cord cutting, and it's another new streaming service. We'll tell you about this new version of CNN Plus. Don't worry, it's got a different name. That'll make it better this time, right? We'll tell you what's happening with CNN's plan to beat cord cutting. Also, Warner Bros. Discovery is renaming Max back to HBO Max. We'll tell you why that's a bigger deal than you may think of than just a name change. Also, a major TV show had a milestone just happen. It's going to make you feel a little old. We'll tell you what that is and more here in a quick second. First though, if you're new here, do me a big favor. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. Don't forget, you can always find a link to every story we talk about in the show notes and in the first pinned comment. All right, let's dive into it. CNN news broke late before I recorded the last video that a new streaming service will come, and yesterday CNN confirmed it. CNN is going to launch a new service this fall that will give you live channels, quick recaps of things happening, and dedicated archive of CNN videos and more with it. Now there's a couple of important catches here. For one, don't know the price. They haven't announced the price on this. It'll be a new tier here with this. And it'll be available through the CNN app, connected TV apps, and CNN.com. Don't know the price, we don't know the launch date, and don't know what live channels means. I actually reached out to CNN's PR team and they declined to give more details about what that means. Is that a live feed of CNN? Something tells me it's not. If it was, they would have made a big deal out of that. If you were getting direct access to CNN, I bet they would have made a bigger deal of it, but it's still possible. But I bet with this, though, we're seeing a more CNN Max style content where you get a special, it's a live channel, or like they say, channels. CNN has been making a growing list of free streaming content available through some of its partners out there, different channels streaming live on different live ad-supported streaming services. I think we're going to see more of that. Much like CNN Plus did not give you a live feed of CNN, it gave you additional CNN content, plus a video archive and more of CNN programs. I suspect we're seeing the same thing here. I think they need to be sub $10. If this is not live CNN, $6.99, $4.99, maybe $8.99, I think anything over that, and most people are going to laugh this out. Yes, there are hardcore fans of CNN. They do exist. They will pay. But would enough people pay $20? I don't think so, to be honest with you. I'm not seeing enough here for me to see that's reality. I'll give you a few examples. Fox Nation, probably the most successful streaming service like this, launched as a very CNN Plus similar service. It was additional content for Fox News fans, where you got additional news coverage, documentaries, and additional shows from popular hosts that were only there. Very quickly, it's morphed into a lifestyle network with things like Cops and shows about the Duck Dynasty family and other similar lifestyle content. They do lean though into documentaries, and there are deep dives in some original news, deep reporting on single topics. But for the most part, what draws people to Fox Nation is the lifestyle content. Their favorite hosts or their favorite TV stars from, like I said, the Duck Dynasty family, Cops, and other content suddenly appears on it. That's how they became successful. I'm not seeing this from CNN. I'm seeing this more as an attempt to bring back CNN Plus, which failed quite miserably the first time. So we'll see. Sub $10, and I really think around $5 to $8 something could be a good range for this. Where there are a lot of people who may be willing to pay for a huge back catalog of CNN content. Max currently has a lot of that, but there's rumors that Warner Bros. Discovery is about to split off its cable networks. And Max, does that mean they're going to lose CNN? Let's get into the next story, take a look at that here. Warner Bros. Discovery also announced yesterday that Max, their streaming service, is being renamed to HBO Max. If that sounds familiar, because it was. That was the name before they made it Max. It was HBO Now, then it became HBO Max, and then it became Max, and now it's back to just HBO Max with a slightly different retweaked logo. With this, a bunch of things here. There's a lot of speculation online, and I think it is a reasonable expectation that this is part of their attempt to break out the networks from the rest of their content. So HBO Max, the Warner Brothers Studios, and other Warner Brothers content will stay with the main company. Its cable networks, including CNN, HGTV, and the rest, will be broken out into a separate company. It'll be interesting to see if a few of those channels, like Comcast is keeping Bravo but getting rid of the rest of their cable networks. If Warner Brothers Discovery maybe says HGTV is something they want to keep, that would be one that wouldn't surprise me. But putting HBO back on this, having Max helps separate it a little bit. We'll keep an eye on what's happening there. But like I said, a lot of this has to do with the fact that I think they're preparing to split off. I don't think this is a name thing. I don't think HBO Max is going to sell a ton of additional subscriptions that just Max wouldn't. Though the HBO brand is still highly regarded and liked, when they first spun it off and got rid of the HBO brand on it, they argued that a lot of the content on Max didn't live up to the quality of HBO, and HBO Max was diluting the brand of HBO, which not a bad thing, because yeah, a lot of the content on HBO Max is not HBO content. It's stuff from HGTV and other places. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Was the change worth it? All right, you ready to feel a little old? Today in TV history, 27 years ago this week, Seinfeld came to an end on NBC. Apparently, it was $2 million if you wanted to buy an ad block for a 30-second ad. I tell you this today, I would be shocked to find a TV show today that could charge $2 million for a 30-second ad. If you had to pick one, what show today coming to an end that's currently live, not one that already ended, do you think would be so popular that would draw $2 million for a 30-second ad? Now, 76.3 million people watched the final episode, which was titled The Final, with it. And many people long hoped the show would come back, and attempts to do spinoffs and other things have really, let's not say, come close to the original with it. But Seinfeld, a cultural phenomenon, and I don't think if you're around, it was massive in its time. If you weren't around then, came to an end 27 years ago this year. But let me know, what TV show do you think would be the biggest thing if it ended right now? Not something that ended, even something ended recently. What's the biggest show coming to an end now that could draw that kind of audience? Let me know. All right, Netflix is building a new studio complex in New Jersey. They're going to invest $1 billion to make a film studio in New Jersey from a former U.S. Army base there. Now, the U.S. Army over the last few years has downsized several of their military posts and consolidated them. Apparently, Netflix is picking one of them up and turning it into a movie studio for $1 billion to produce more content here in the United States and diversifying it. Check that out. Link in the show notes if you want to learn more. It's going to be a while before you start seeing TV shows come from it, though. Hey, if you're looking for a great deal, Peacock has a heck of a deal right now. You can get a year of Peacock right now for $24.99, which is really great. I believe this plan also includes sports. You need a special promo code for this, though, so check out in the link. I won't go into depth on it because there's a step-by-step on how to claim this deal for new customers. But check it out, Peacock. As we get ready for some sports coming up in Peacock and other things, $24.99, not a bad deal. All right, Disney Plus had a quiet announcement this week. They put it on their social media accounts that they added more ABC News content to Disney Plus. With this, you're going to get Good Morning America on Disney Plus, Nightline this week, George Stephanopoulos. I hope I said that right. Impact at Night, World News Tonight, so evening news from ABC, Prime with Lindsay Davis, and 2020 are all coming to Disney Plus. Now, Disney Plus has had some of this through its dedicated live channel and through its Hulu partnership, but they're bringing a bigger collection of its back catalog and available content to Disney Plus there. Comes as Disney Plus, I mark my words, they're trying to make this a one-stop shop for all things Disney with it. So check that out, link in the show notes there. And last story before I got a quick announcement. NFL has announced a new partnership with YouTube and YouTube TV to air an exclusive NFL game to start the season. The Friday night Week 1 game from Brazil, which will feature the Los Angeles Chargers, which I believe is the home team. Don't quote me on that. And then they'll play, who's the other team? I apologize. Somebody leave a comment. I blanked out. I don't know if I wrote the other team. Chargers versus who? Who's playing in that game? Doesn't matter. Friday, Week 1 night game. Will stream for free on YouTube and be available through YouTube TV, also to subscribers there. It is another place you have to go to watch a game, but this one will be free with it. Check it out, link there. Hey, real quick, huge shout out. Now, we have a membership on this channel. I really don't push it a lot, but many people have signed up to support the channel with a $5 a month donation. Really do appreciate it. We put a special video up if you're a donor, if you're a member of our channel membership, and you don't. I'm not going to be paywalling content. I see the comments. I'm not, all these cord cutting todays, the reviews, the how-to guides, the tips, all the content you see now is staying there. But I threw up a little thank you video to everybody who does donate. If you want to see that thank you video and get a little tour of all the different streaming players I have, check out the channel if you're a member. Under the member tab there, you'll find a special video with a room tour here in our tech lab and in my storage room where we find a huge catalog of different content there. So check that out if you are a member. A huge thank you. Again, you don't have to be a member. Being a member just helps support the channel. It helps support my family and the other people who work here. I do appreciate it. And because of all the loyal supporters, I made a little special video, a little bonus, something additional. It's not news, it's not a cord cutting tip. It's a little thank you video with a tour of the room here. So check that out. If you've been thinking about being a member, it's $5 a month. We really do appreciate the support. Until then, I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Again, we won't ever paywall any of this cord cutting today, news, tips, reviews, and the like. But I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, everybody.